Okay, so now that our front end is ready, we also need to make a few amendments to our control panel. If we go to edit any of the pages, you can see we haven't got an option to change the URL key. We cannot change the identity of the page. The same whenever we want to create a new page. So this is what we're going to add to the pages now. We go back to the Dreamweaver, open admin folder, open pages add. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to add the field for this specific value. Okay, we're going to copy the whole thing together with the validation .tr from the heading of the specific page and paste it before the navigation. Now if we change PG title to PG identity, okay, let's copy this and paste over all PG title values from the copied block. Okay, so fine. Okay, now our field is ready. Let's scroll up to our SQL statement, insert SQL statement. Okay, first we're going to also check whether we're going to make a condition here again. So, or our PG identity equals blank. This is because we want to validate this field as well. We want this field to be filled in as a mandatory field. Okay, so after the last if post get PG title equals blank, let's type if post page identity equals blank. Then we are going to create a variable called PG identity and assign the message to it. Please provide the page identity. Okay, so that's the validation. Now if we copy the name of the variable, we've got PG order, and we need to amend obviously our insert statement, SQL statement, after PG order, comma, PG identity, copy %s with comma, paste it at the end of the line so that we've got the same number of the placeholders 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all fine. Now we also need to put in the value to the database. So it's going to be after next thumb, comma. Let me remove the comma from the end, and this is going to be text PG identity. Okay. So this all would work fine. We can now try an add page perhaps. If we go to create new page, oh sorry, we need to upload this obviously to the server. So admin pages add. Okay, refresh the page. Scroll down, you can see obviously we didn't change the heading for the page, so let's go back to the page, scroll down, and this is going to be called URL Q, or page identity, actually page identity. Okay, let's upload the page again, refresh. There we go, page identity. If we submit the whole thing without typing anything, you can see the validation pops in. Okay, let's create the first page, link test page, nothing here, test page. Okay, added, go back to the list of pages. It's all fine. It has, we didn't assign any navigation. Let's go back, edit. Obviously we cannot on the edit page, we will do this in a minute, so obviously at the moment we still cannot change the page identity. If we assign it to the top, navigation, now I've got it in the top. Let's refresh the page. You can see test page. Now, one problem which we're coming across here, we've got a space in the name. And if you type in any single quotes, apostrophes, it's all going to be displayed here. That's not exactly the URL friendly name of the page. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to the folder where you've downloaded all our exercise files, which come together with this series of the tutorials. I'm going to go to my desktop. Okay. And there you will find the file called function.txt. If you open this function in Dreamweaver, copy the entire content of this file, go to admin inc fnc, and after the first function, paste this one. Valid identity is the name of the function. What this function does, it uses the regular expressions to convert the quote, the string, onto the URL friendly string. It removes all the characters which are not valid from the URL point of view and creates a nicely formatted page identity. So once we've done this, you can close both of the files, go back to the pages.php, scroll up, and what we're going to do now is we also should check whether the value we are sending through the page identity isn't already on a system, because I could easily type in, let's say, index, and we know that we have already index on the system. We cannot have two indexes. So before our insert SQL statement, we're going to type something as follows. It's going to be pg identity, the new variable, and we assigned this new function, the name of the function. Let's go to the file again and copy the name of the function. Now we need to replace the key with the name of the variable, the URL variable, which will be pg identity. Okay, so this is our pg identity. Now it's nicely formatted. We can now compare whether we've got already this identity on the system in our database or not. So let's scroll down rather than doing this through the Dreamweaver interface. Let's copy the entire block here, starting with MySQL select DB, finishing on MySQL num rows. Copy the whole thing from the navigation and paste it after our new variable. Now let's replace this rs_nav with rs duplicate. It's Command F or Control F on a PC, and now replace, and so on until we've got the last one replaced. We obviously don't want to replace the one from the original source. Okay, now let's copy this rs duplicate, create a few lines, and type in MySQL free result and paste the name of this rs duplicate record set. Okay, now, and we need to amend this SQL statement, obviously. Select from table pages. What do we need? We need page identity. So select not everything, just page identity from table pages. Order, we don't need this here, and we're going to type where page identity equals page identity dot, actually we don't have to do it this way, single quote, paste our variable, and single quote. So right now we're checking whether this identity is already on the system. Now we check whether the total rows, whether there are any results, in other words. So if total rows rs duplicate is more than 0, then we've got obviously the signal to that we obviously informed that there is already the record with this identity, and we have to obviously prevent the record from being added to the database. So we've got already a validation variable page identity. It's going to be above the same field. So page identity equals this page identity is already taken. Okay, so that's all fine. Now if, then after if we have to have else. And then we're going to execute our insert statement. Obviously this MySQL free result should be right after the whole thing, after this header. So our insert SQL statement, let's do a nice indent here, and after the header finish our if else condition. And this is where our MySQL free result should be placed. It's all fine. Now what have we got here? I think we should be fine with everything now. We've got our values, which is our content. We've got page identity. That's all fine. Text page identity. Okay, now we need to replace obviously this post variable with the name of the variable to which we assigned the process page identity value. So page identity variable replaces this URL variable. Okay, that's all fine. If we save the page, upload it to the server, pages add. Let's go to our CMS, create new page. We've got our page identity. If we type in index, scroll down, it didn't show anything. And why it didn't show anything? Because we've got all other fields to fill in. So index as well. Index. Okay, now hit enter. We've got some problem. Okay, we've got a problem because obviously our function file hasn't been uploaded to the server. Now if we upload this one, refresh the page, scroll down, you can see this page identity is already taken. So if index so, let's say the page has been added. Now if we go to this index page and remove it for now, create a new page and just type some crazy letters, characters, everything. And if we type in here as well some strange characters, if we assign it to the top navigation insert page, it's fine. Go to the front end, refresh. If we click on this, have a look at what our function did. It replaced all this single quotes, stars, all these crazy characters with a nice underscores and removed all of the spaces, everything. So we've got a nicely formatted name of the page. Now, in the next video, I'll show you how to use strip slashes function, because obviously at the moment if we go to edit our page, we go to our test page, or maybe not test page, if we go to our newly created page, edit, and if we leave everything as we've got at the moment, let's say, and I'm only going to remove the top one, the link name, if I hit enter, have a look at what's happening with what I've provided here. Because of our single quotes, PHP has added slashes, backslashes to the string. So we need to obviously avoid this kind of things. In the next video I'm going to show you how to do it, and then we move on to edit our edit page.